So James, I know you're a big fan of My Little Pony. You want to explain that? Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything, everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
Fucking choking.
James. Well, maybe you shouldn't be eating things when we're doing a podcast. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. It just works like that.
It's weird, and I had no time.
A lot of things have happened this week, James. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll fucking kill you.
I actually have a couple topics pulled up, and I didn't have this. Well, I didn't do this for like the past lots of episodes, but I did it for this one because you told me to do it for this one.
What did I tell you to do?
Sorry, I'm allergic to you forgetting things. You told me to remind you to talk about food places on military bases. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's the most insane thing I've ever fucking learned.
It's pretty topical since you're eating something right now.
So my
and also
Franklin,
drinking alcohol. I can't believe you.
Little Dino, my alcohol's on the left.
Yeah?
This
so what
is
about
my non-alcoholic other beer.
You want to talk about this before you want to talk about how the Halo TV show is like the best thing ever? Or do you want to talk about that first and then...
Yeah, no, I'll talk about this first, and then we'll talk about the Halo thing near the end and stuff. That way I have a little bit of period, That way it's not...
Sure.
That way it's not everybody's favorite thing.
So you can enjoy this podcast for as long as we're not talking about nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so people can listen to this and they can be like, damn, that James guy isn't talking anymore. I can get into this.
Or they could just skip ahead to where the Halo is, because that's going to be the title. That's going to be the title of this podcast.
So, on military bases in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick to explain how this came about. At work, I work with my brother who was in the Navy. And in the Navy, he was what was called a corpsman. Because he
Corpse?
Yeah. COPRS.
Yeah.
But that's because he worked at the Marine Corps as their medical officer and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they don't call them medics because they're working specifically with the Marine Corps.
Because TF2 copyrighted that. Yeah.
TF2 and Battlefield took the copyright on that.
Yeah. They have joint custody of that copyright.
This is their child. We're not allowed to see him on weekends anymore. But he was telling me about how there's some bases in Afghanistan that, when he was there and stuff, he didn't have, luxurious, food stuff. He had MREs and stuff. And,
really?
The occasional, hospital food type stuff that they give you.
I thought they'd be eating 5-star French cuisine every single day
JD,
they were there.
JD,
what's a famous French cuisine?
A famous French cuisine,
French
pizza.
Toast. We both say something that's completely not related to French.
Well, I don't think I have it in my recent history.
Yeah.
Search. I'm going to try and scroll for
escargot. I think I remember that being French. Yeah, so they were eating MREs and stuff?
Yeah, he ate MREs and stuff, and so... Sorry, I'm trying to type in Afghanistan and not fuck it up. They were eating MREs and stuff. It was nothing nice. I mean, I've had MREs. I've literally eaten them for lunch at work.
Are they bad?
They're pretty... No, I think some of them are actually pretty good, and it's just unlucky. It's just a matter of luck for which ones you choose.
Oh.
I got one that was really good, and it had a make your own peanut butter and jelly sandwich where it was very weird artificial peanut butter and very weird jelly with some weird breadstick.
It's artificial, but it includes all the nutrients that you need. So
right, it's all the nutrients you need, and it's enough of it to make you eat it and recognize what it is, but it's not the best, but it was good. It was put together. You have a weird peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'm sure it's better than my mother's cooking. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You should try coming over and having a home cooked meal sometime. Although I don't want to force you to do that because it's torture.
Rate your mother's food.
I'd say I prefer the taste of Jack in a Box over my mother's cooking. I wouldn't eat Jack in the Box all the time because it's bad food. But in terms of taste, I think Jack in the Box tastes better, several times better. And also, we've been out of this thing called roasted seaweed for like the past few weeks, because I guess it's just popular and everyone it just gets like bought out the second it's stocked in shelves. And I have a very hard time getting through meals without having like just a little like box of that of roasted seaweed next to me so I can eat it, because it actually tastes really good. It goes well with like rice.
I'll have to I'll have to try it. I don't think I've ever had it.
It's pretty good. You know, if you're ever eating something bland, you should try out some. Thanks, shout out to today's sponsor,
Raid Shadow Legend.
Raid Shadow Legends.
You thought we were going to talk about the seaweed? No, you idiot.
No, you idiot. We're a gaming channel. We're gamers here. We're gamers and My Little Pony enthusiasts.
Peace up, A-Town.
Anyway, back to your story though. This might be a shorter episode just because I might have to go a bit earlier, but I don't know.
So I'll try to keep it brief. You know how I am.
Yeah.
But he was telling you about how like he had heard of other bases that didn't have this problem. You know, people he talked to and stuff where they're like, "Oh, you didn't have a Burger King on your base?" And like
a Burger King.
Don't look anything up. I'm going to be sending you images. I'm just collecting
I'm not
them all.
going to look it up.
Good.
I just imagine like a military base, like people, like hundreds of armed guards, like electrified fence, and then just a Burger King smack in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's basically it.
They like built the military base around the Burger King, so it's just like
no, like genuinely, he was describing it to me. Some of these bases are like literal small cities, so they just had these giant restaurants constructed for the soldiers on them and stuff, and it was like super luxury and stuff.
Oh,
so I'm gonna be sending you a few images this time. I'm gonna send you the pictures of the Burger King because I think this is the funniest one because the Burger King is just a fucking food truck.
That reminds me of how everyone hates on Jack in the Box and Burger King because they're like, I guess everyone thinks they're like terrible tasting fast food joints, and like those two
Burger King is.
Yes, I realize that most fast food places are just terrible. So, but when I was little, those were the two fast food restaurants that I frequented most often.
Right, that was so weird. Like I just remember being at like whenever we'd get fast food, my dad would like get Burger King for us and stuff.
Like it wasn't McDonald's, it wasn't like Wendy's or anything. It was Burger King or Jack in the Box, just those two. It was so weird.
I
just saw this picture. What the? It really is just like armed guards in front of a food truck. It just has slapped Burger King on it.
Dude, there's so many more images too. There's so many more that are just fucking hilarious because there's one of it being unloaded off a plane because of the giant semi truck.
I love how they have Burger King instead of like McDonald's or something, where McDonald's is like internationally recognized and Burger King, as far as I know, is like only in the US.
I mean, technically in other places, you know,
I know that they're in other places, but I usually don't see them as often.
You know, it's called like Macca's in Australia.
Oh, right, because they call everything so stupid in Australia because they're just every Australian just like throws it on the table. I'm gonna come find you, JD. Sorry, they don't talk like that. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna come find you."
And then in Britain, it's called something weird too. I know that it's
they call it like burgers or something. I don't know.
No, it's like Burger Time or like
Burger
something
Time?
like that. It's not normal. It's like so fucking weird.
Well, they don't like using the word king in there, you know. They have flashbacks
this is a queen's country now.
Monarchy just have flashbacks. But yeah, that's super weird.
And so he was telling me about it, and he was like, "Yeah, they also have a TGI Fridays."
What? Military bases have TGI Fridays on them. Oh, you mean just Fridays?
No. This is back when, or at least these pictures are back when it was TGI Fridays.
Ah, I see. What did the TGI stand for again?
Thank God it's Friday. But now it's Thank God it's Fridays.
Thank God it's Fridays.
Oh my god, it has fucking hours on it. It's not a 20. It's only open
Well,
for
of course it's
3
not open.
hours.
Of course it's not open 24 hours. They gotta have workers in there and they gotta sleep. Who's gonna be working in there except
Dude,
for
during the
armed
day,
guards?
dude, during the day it's only open for 3 hours, then at night it's from 9 to 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's weird. It's only open 3 hours.
But JD, what? By the way, there's a KFC logo in the background of that one. The
There's a
last
KFC
one.
there too. It's a KFC and it looks like what building are they in? They look like they're in a barn. They look like they're in a
Hold on.
barn
Hold
and
on.
there's just TGI Fridays and KFC in it.
I have more pictures, but I like how the KFC is just halfway cut off and it's just very ominously in frame.
I thought our troops over
This
the
is what they
seas
look
were
like on the inside.
that's
They're
it
genuinely
looks so
TGI
normal.
Fridays.
It looks so normal, like a civilian TGI Fridays, except it's just filled with like army people.
Yeah, you know, and you got your occasional just civilians in the background of that one image as well.
I think they're workers or something on the not particular soldiers.
But yeah, it's genuinely just straight up a TGI Fridays, and like I was going down this rabbit hole of looking. These are all the images I collected because I'm trying to keep this quick. But it's so like fascinating just diving into it and finding out what they do and don't have. And it's like this is not a common experience. This was only at like a couple of bases there,
Yeah,
but it
I
was
thought
like
I thought
so.
our troops over the seas had like built-in cafeterias that they just ate at or something
They
instead
do.
of
Well,
actual restaurants.
most do.
Yeah,
Some
most.
don't, but that's just the usual treatment. Yeah, they did have just that shitty sort of acquirement and stuff, and it was very
This is like the
unfortunate.
honor class. If you were like in high school, this would be the honor class, and all the other military bases would be like the normal classes, or like the oh fuck, I forgot what they were called. The classes you have to take where you're so bad at that subject that you completely failed.
Oh, AP class?
No, AP is one of the higher classes.
Mm-mm. AP's for dum dums. Me smart.
Sure,
Mm-hmm.
it's been a while since we were in high school, but I don't remember AP classes being
smart.
bad.
I'm smart.
I think they were like complementary classes or something called like that, where you supplementary classes. I don't know. Yeah, is that a wow? That's our troops eating good over there. You know what I'm saying? TGI Fridays, that shit, busted.
Can't legally call the
No
mozzarella
kizzy.
sticks. Can't legally call the mozzarella sticks because it's not mozzarella cheese or cheese. It's
Bussin',
mozz.
no kizzy. You just hear by me having an aneurysm. Like I sent you that gif before, right? The gif of the diagram of the
sure, yeah.
dude getting like a getting an aneurysm, but the title is just like bussin' no kizzy. Hey, let's hop on Minecraft. That's the sound effect. So is that it for the
Yeah, I didn't want to make it too long of a subject, so it's just that little bit.
Sure. Let's move on to the big news then, huh?
The She-Hulk trailer dropped.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. Have you watched it?
No, I don't think I've watched it.
Very good CGI.
Really? That's pretty rare of you to say in a Marvel movie. Oh, sorry, it's not a movie, right? It's a show.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Also, I was lying, but
Yeah, I would realize that we were taking a drink of whatever liquid you drink that's not water.
other beer.
I have my beer to my right and my non-alcoholic beer to my left.
No, you don't understand. There are 2 unopened cans of beer on my desk, and they've been here for a while, and I didn't put either of them here.
Yeah, well, one of the beers is for me when I head over there to watch Morbius, right? I'm gonna
It's
need one.
Morbid time.
Like I literally have never drunk.
Morbius.
I've never drunk alcohol. I've never drunk more than a sip of alcohol at a time, right? And
Yeah,
for
you know,
Morbius, I think that's when I have to actually be like smashed.
I'll get you crunk.
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna be fully sober watching this movie.
Fucking
I'm-
white knuckling it through it. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna be red faced, veins popping in my face every second of this movie. But anyway, the She-Hulk show, how was it? You excited for
Good.
it?
Actually, I am.
Really?
She-Hulk has this
Even though it's
weird.
just a washed down Hulk?
No.
Just hated all this She-Hulk fans just oh god. No. Yeah. You know, maybe one day we should make this a
Video
an in person
podcast.
and video podcast so they can see the faces that you do because you make the best like I'm triggered face.
It hurts my neck.
You make the best I'm triggered faces.
You'd think it would like hurt like my head because like I'm just tightening it and just going like this, but no, it's like my
No,
neck
it's in your
strains.
neck. Right in your
It's
neck.
like it's specifically this muscle.
Specific muscle in your neck.
Because
What's it about though? She-Hulk? Is it like the comic accurate where she gets like a blood transfusion because she's injured, or I forgot what it was.
I don't
exactly.
know. They haven't elaborated. I think.
Oh, so all they did is just show She-Hulk?
Yeah,
And she's already transformed?
well, they show her transforming, and Hulk's like, it's in our blood, cuz hey Bonavucci, we gotta you gotta
Just to
transform
clarify,
to
this
save
is
your life.
this is the MCU Hulk, right?
Mark Ruffalo, that's how he talks now. He goes,
Professor
hey
Hulk?
Bonavucci.
Professor Hulk?
Yeah.
Why are you so why you sound
Not
so
Professor
disappointed?
Hulk. It's not Professor Hulk though. It's just Hulk. It's Hulk's body with Bruce Banner's like voice.
It's Hulk's body with Bruce Banner's voice and strength.
Yeah.
So all is different is that his body is
I'm
just
pretty
bigger.
sure they've done that before, and I think it's a very hilarious turnout where Bruce Banner has Hulk strength, and Hulk has like Bruce Banner strength. He's like, oh my god.
But they have their personalities still, so it's just Hulk
Mm-hmm.
is like super angry all the time and he's violent, but he's just too weak.
He can't do anything.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
It's Endgame where he's like very lazily walking up to stuff, go like, ah.
Isn't it supposed to be like Professor Hulk is actually like really strong or something?
Yeah, Professor Hulk is supposed to be like the best of both of them put together, which is like what they say he does in the movies. But I'm gonna be honest, he's fucking disappointing.
He kind of is like the worst of both. I'm not gonna lie.
He's so fucking boring.
He's the freaking nerdy, unfunny Mark Ruffalo, and then
He's like
nerdy,
brains in
unfunny
the
Bruce
brawn.
Banner, and then he's also not the cool and fun, violent Hulk.
Yeah, he's fucking in Endgame. God, the Russos, they're just such brilliant writers. They wrote the line. No, I'm
I
the
think they just
brains
don't
in
like the
brawn.
Hulk.
No. Here's the thing: they fucking don't. They hate Mark Ruffalo for no reason. The guy's like, I just kind of want to be in it a bit more. I don't want to be a Hulk all the
Yeah,
time. And they're like,
Mark Ruffalo.
you're CG the entire movie.
Yeah, but what if you aren't?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. Well, that's great for you. But what if you were just a CGI character the entire
Wow,
time?
I care so much about your feelings, Mark Ruffalo. You should stop doing that face. I can tell it's really hurting your neck, your singular neck like tendon.
Other beer help. Okay, let's get back into this.
Yeah, She-Hulk.
So I don't know if they do a blood transfusion. I think that makes sense. They could totally make it work for the timeline. She could have just gotten one of Bruce's blood transfusions that he had sent to the doctor in the Incredible Hulk movie, because that movie is canon, and they've made it canon even more with What If by acknowledging it, but having Mark Ruffalo there instead, which is so fucking weird. It's so weird.
It's so glad that they didn't put Thunderbolt Ross and Mark Ruffalo in the same screen yet.
I mean, he's dead, so they can't.
Guess so. Yeah.
The Thunderbolt Ross actor is dead, so yeah, they can't.
Oh, he died?
He died
When was that?
like a couple weeks ago.
Really? That was recent? My
It
God.
happened pretty recently, so
Now I
yeah,
sound
they
like an
can't.
asshole.
And now they can't do Red Hulk.
Damn. Well, I
was
mean,
really
they could do
wondering-
Red Hulk just with someone else.
I was really wondering in the Black Widow movie, I'm like, why did they CGI his face? I think it's because he had a fucking stroke and nobody said anything.
My God.
I genuinely think that's the case, but anyways, with She-Hulk, they haven't said what it is. They've shown that she can transform and stuff, and that Bruce is
isn't-
helping her transform.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I don't think, at least, we're going to be seeing her have the problem of being like Hulk dumb big person or She-Hulk big dumb person. I think it's
I don't
that she
think
has
she's
full
like that in the
control.
comics either, right?
Sometimes she is.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on the continuity, but sometimes she can be. So
Because
that's
the
why I'm
only
like,
time I've ever seen She-Hulk like in media, like on a cartoon or something, it was when she's like a Professor Hulk kind of thing.
the only one who can talk.
Yeah, where she's like fully conscious, and
The only
like
one I'm not
acts
having an aneurysm
pretty much
listening
just acts like
to.
a pretty much just acts like a normal person, except like 9 feet tall and weighs like 400 pounds.
Hot. Yeah. But
Yes.
in the show, she's played by
Plankton.
an actress that I actually really like. She did a great job in the Perry Mason show. Really good show, by the way. Great show.
Brie Larson as She-Hulk instead of
No,
Captain Marvel.
no, you shut
You're
your
showing too
fucking
much
mouth.
emotion.
That
You need
would
to
have,
control your
that would have
emotions.
actually, she would have been good for that.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I would have loved
I think Brie Larson would have been good for that. I just genuinely don't think she's
to
good for
see
Captain
whoever
Marvel.
actor you wanted to play.
Horrible casting.
I wanted to see whatever actress you wanted to play Captain Marvel, and then Brie
I
Larson
can
plays She-Hulk.
I can really quickly pull that up while I'm talking about She-Hulk. I'll quickly figure it out and stuff.
Sure.
Because she
So
was one of the main characters in the
she's like a
Vikings TV
Professor
show.
Hulk in this
Yeah,
version too,
she's
right?
she's basically she's talking pretty normally and stuff. She seems to be like pretty fine. I think I don't like see any problem with how she's acting and
There
stuff.
might be an elevated temper. I don't know.
Yeah, it just seems like she's just She-Hulk sometimes, and she can't like turn it off. I guess.
Right? Wasn't the thing is
Uh,
she couldn't like de-transform.
yeah, I think sometimes she
So
can't de-transform,
unlike
so
the
that's why
Hulk,
she would.
unlike the Hulk who can go back and forth, not exactly voluntarily, but she's just
Yeah, not
always
all the time.
She-Hulk.
But yeah, like you were saying, yeah. She I'll send you the Vikings lady. She's from Vikings. She's like the mom character. I just can't figure it out because they don't have their last names written on there. So it's like, who the fuck is this?
No
But
last name, you could say. Continue talking instead of stroking out, James, please.
this
Because
is
when
only a
when you're
joke for you.
stroking out, it's literally just silent.
Uh, oh wait, you wouldn't get that. You don't watch your Practical Jokers. Uh,
What's Impractical Jokers? Not this again.
uh, no, they put out a clip recently where they're like, "This is what it looks like for normal people when you guys wait for the other jokers to give you a prompt in response to a question." So it'll just be awkward silence of them standing there going like literally doing my aneurysm face, and then like 10 seconds later start talking, and the person next to him was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Because it's like genuinely a very awkward gap of silence as they wait. But with She-Hulk, it looks pretty all right. The story seems fine. It's just a normal She-Hulk story. She's a lawyer. She's gonna become a lawyer for superheroes and stuff. But she
Right.
transforms and stuff,
I
and she
forgot
has an
that's what she
active.
was. She was a lawyer.
Yeah, it's literally called She-Hulk Attorney at Law now,
Really.
which I feel like they could have come up with a clever pun for that rather than just Attorney at Law.
She-Hulk.
I mean,
She-Hulk Law and Order. No, that was taken.
I I don't know. I just really feel like Attorney at Law is just like, okay,
No, She-Hulk, the angry
sure,
attorney. There you go. See, look, I already made
Attorney
a better title.
Smash, Attorney Smash. But yeah, it looks like it's a standard, like very old school story, and I think there's gonna be fourth wall breaking because that's what she used to do in the comics and stuff.
Well, like how
Before
Deadpool does it?
before Deadpool did it, actually, it was like her most famous thing is that she was Hulk, but she also broke the fourth wall and talked to the reader and stuff. And
Huh.
from the D23, which is what they call their version of like the DC fandom or like their special event to showcase stuff. Back when they first announced Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, and like all the other shows that they're doing,
Yeah.
when showing a clip for her thing, for some reason, her and human Bruce Banner were just standing in like 70s era garb, like they were in the original Hulk show, looking directly in the camera. She goes, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." And I'm like, "Oh, is this how they're going to do the fourth wall stuff? It's going to be like cutaway gags and stuff?"
Angry.
I think
Just
so.
like just like quoting famous quotes from other Marvel movies.
From Hulk.
Hulk himself.
Hulk himself said that. Hulk
Yeah, but he
Hogan.
said but in the 2008 Hulk movie, he doesn't say exactly that. He says he's you wouldn't like me when I'm hungry, but also in a different language,
Hmm. In Spanish.
Spanish. The canonical one. So this
Canonical,
this
canonical
this Bruce.
Spanish.
No, I meant the canonical movie, James. That could. Also, it's not Spanish; it's Portuguese. They're in freaking.
Exactly,
They're in,
canonical
they
Spanish.
were in Brazil. So we got so many things wrong there in that like short amount of time. It's not Spanish. Canonical Spanish means nothing. It's Portuguese. That's.
You know, that's a joke you could use against Moon Knight
I
because
was
they
about to
spoke
say that this
he
Bruce
spoke
Banner,
Mandarin.
this Bruce Banner in the MCU can speak Portuguese, and we all
Kinda.
just forget about it. But he can speak Portuguese.
Listen, JD, if there's one thing the MCU does, it's remember continuity.
Well, I don't know if it's real continuity. If Stan Lee in the Hulk movie drinks a bottle of his blood, has a drop of
He's
blood in it, and
Vulture. He's in
dies,
all of them.
and
He's
dies,
watching.
and
He's watching.
also appears in the other ones. Like
Yeah, that shut you up.
it's the face that Stan Lee made when he drank that bottle in Hulk 2008. Just
Wow. Um,
you
but
better
yeah,
be making that face the entire time we're doing that Morbius
every time.
Morbius commentary.
If you don't think we get to the scene where he's staring at himself in the mirror going, yeah, I'm not gonna look directly at you from where I'm sitting and make that face at you. You've got another thing coming.
I'm gonna be making that face at the TV, and you're gonna be looking at me while we're doing that.
So yeah, it's She-Hulk. She's running a law division for superheroes and stuff, and she's transforming and she's fighting bad guys. And I thought we saw our first look at the Wreckers crew, which is an iconic, like kind of now C to B great team of supervillains who just have like magical construction equipment from Asgard.
Right, I seem to remember something like that from an animated Avengers show that I used to watch. I think I
Yeah,
remember something like that.
they have the crowbar, the jackhammer, the chain,
The chain and ball, right?
the chain and ball. And I thought we were seeing that crew, but no, it was just a bunch of guys with I think crossbows, and then a guy with a crowbar who's there like, and it's like, what is
They're
this?
not
Who,
magical.
who
They're
the
just
fuck are you people?
they're just an actual construction crew that like is on mutiny because they don't get paid enough.
Yeah, they brought
They're on strike.
crossbows.
They're on strike.
This is the Amazon workers. They
Yeah.
brought, they
Can you
brought,
imagine just a normal like a group of like hardworking men, and then She-Hulk just comes in and just destroys all of them, snaps
Mhm.
their neck. But yeah. So,
So-
who's the main villain? It's just the Wrecker crew.
I think it's gonna be like Red Hulk. Genuinely,
Really, they're gonna bring in Red Hulk.
I also think it might be Abomination because the actor Tim Roth, who played Abomination in the Hulk movie, returned. He's in the trailer as
He's
himself.
Abomination. He's came back as Abomination.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Remember in Shang-Chi when Wong takes him back to that prison cell?
Was that also Tim Roth, or he looks a little bit
No.
different than he does in the 2008
No.
movie?
No, because they didn't use his face. It doesn't look like him. Or he also doesn't speak any lines, but they do walk him to the cell that is shown in the She-Hulk show as the one that's containing him. But yeah, Tim Roth is back. He's replaying his character, Bolowski or whatever the fuck his weird name was.
Yeah.
But Petrosky.
Blonsky, right?
Blonsky, there it is. He's playing Blonsky. He's both the human form and the Abomination form are shown in the trailer. I think
Oh, does
John
he transform back or something?
It looks like he goes back and forth because he's wearing a prison uniform when he's Blonsky,
Oh,
and then we see him like turning into Abomination, growing in a cell.
that different from the comics? I don't remember Abomination.
I'm pretty
being
sure in
able
the
to-
comics he is stuck as as
he's
the
like
creature.
he's like a She-Hulk thing too, where he's just always the Abomination.
Yeah, but he can't turn it off.
Right.
I really hope this is also going to be our first look at other characters from Hulk history, like Rick Diggins, who is a character called A-Bomb, You might have seen him in the animated Hulk TV show.
I did see the the animated Hulk TV show, and I know of
Hell
some
yeah,
other
man!
Hulk characters.
Hell yeah, man! He was the blue, like metalish one
I'm
from the
not
comics.
sure
He's
if
furry.
I super like any of the Hulk universe or like the super Hulk related characters other than Hulk.
Into the Hulkiverse.
Hulkverse. Hulk just be my
Um,
just is just probably still my favorite.
I have a special affinity for She-Hulk. I don't know why, but we also
Well,
see
maybe
a
it's because you're
character.
actually not gay, James. Have you ever considered that? When you look at She-Hulk, does your gayness subside? Don't make that face, James. You know what I'm saying.
So we see another character appear, aka Frogman.
Frogman?
Frogman. Dude, let me tell you about Frogman.
Frogman.
Can I tell you about Frogman? I've been dying to tell you about Frogman, JD. I've been holding it in all week. I want to talk about Frogman.
Well, go ahead and talk about Frogman then.
Frogman's a guy in a frog suit who jumps around.
Does he croak like a frog?
Hey, go fuck yourself, man.
When you pull up a little, like when you Google hypnotic screensaver and then show it to him on his phone and say kill John Lennon, does he get hypnotized like a frog does?
You know, I think he might. I think he might. Here's what Frogman looks like.
If he doesn't look like a frog,
No. Surprisingly, his
he looks like a
MCU suit
Power Ranger.
He looks like Kick-Ass.
Kind of, yeah.
Like genuinely, he looks like
looks like
comic accurate
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
He looks like Kick-Ass if Kick-Ass had like two bright lights on like the sides of his head where horns would
So
be.
that's basically what Frogman looks like in the comics as well. But he's also known by another name, which was his father's name.
Is
when
he a
was
good guy or a
superhero.
bad guy?
Anti-hero.
Okay. A bad
Listen,
guy.
JD, it's not important. All you need to know is that every
It's
time
important
I
to me.
went to a store, I would see his toy no matter what. Because
It's important
there
to
was
me
no.
because good people finish last, okay?
That's Frogman right there. That's comic accurate Frogman.
I mean, it could just be a normal frog dude toy and you wouldn't know the difference.
No, that's Frogman. I'd know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think whoever made the character of Frogman was a big fan of
I'm
Mutant
going to
Ninja
tell you this,
Turtles?
JD. I'm going to tell you this, JD. There was a time where I was very tempted to turn our D&D characters into toys just because I was like, you know what would be fun as a little project to make this? And I saw Frogman. I'm like, there's Mr. Dango. There's what I can use to make
I'm
the
so
boy.
glad you didn't because that's been discontinued not even 6 or 7 episodes in.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Frogman's and She-Hulk.
Frogman shows up in She-Hulk, and I can tell you this: the moment I saw him, I knew what the fuck I was looking at.
The second I saw his foot on stream, I knew it was Frogman.
No, the moment I saw those big white lights coming out of the side of his head for no reason. I don't know why they did that.
It's the frog's eyes.
I know it's going to be a subtle thing that they're not going to directly call him Frogman.
Oh, he is
that
anything but subtle.
What I mean is, I know they're trying to be subtle about him being a frog because it's not very frog-like, his costume and stuff. I'm sure he's going to be like another
He's either going to be really subtle or he's going to be super blunt. Like, like they're going to be like, "Who are you?" And then he's going to come and be like, "I'm Frogman. Can't you tell?
I am God,
Frogman."
Please fucking give him a Batman accent. I am the night. I am vengeance. I am the Frogman.
City is doomed. Sometimes I think, am I really making a difference?
October 21st, 1989.
October 21st.
A man died in New York. But yeah, we also see that She-Hulk
Corruption.
is both very public about herself being She-Hulk, like Jennifer Walters, which is her name.
Yeah, isn't that accurate too?
Yeah, she was
She's
never
pretty-
like trying to hide it.
She's pretty
because
bombastic.
She like literally had to go into court as She-Hulk, so she was like, "Yeah, I'm just She-Hulk." But in the show, it looks like she's both open about it, but also not like, directly because there's like reporters outside her house going like, "When can we see She-Hulk? Like, do you know where She-Hulk is?" As she's like in the window. So it's like, do they know that she's She-Hulk, or is it like an Iron Man situation where it's like, "Oh, She-Hulk's my bodyguard," and then it's like, all these years later, I've revealed I'm She-Hulk.
Like a Spider-Man PS4 thing, like, "Oh, you make this suit for Spider-Man."
Yeah, that's literally, by the way, that's the genuine origin of Iron Man. For so many fucking years, he was Tony Stark's bodyguard.
Really?
Yeah,
That
it's
was
like that doesn't make any
yeah.
sense. Like they're never in the same room together, but it's like he's his bodyguard. But yeah, we see her being both She-Hulk and herself in like public life. We see her and Bruce Banner, aka Hulk. He's in his Hulk
Mark
form.
Ruffalo.
Just yeah, we see Marky Boy, hanging out, chilling, relaxing, acting all
Yeah,
cool.
Marky Moo, Markiplier.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Hulk here.
Hello, everybody.
It's
Time
me, the
travel.
Professor Hulk, the
See?
brains and the brawn.
Time travel. Dap me up in
there,
this
there,
photo.
there is a scene where he's doing yet again his bad dialogue that they always give him for some reason, where he's like, "Yes, yes, yes," and then something wrong goes, and he's like, "No, no, no," and it's like,
I think everyone at Marvel just like secretly hates Mark Ruffalo, so they try to make him look as bad as possible on screen. You right there,
"Why?"
James?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why. Um, but we then see that she has a very healthy sex life as well.
That we
which
did. I didn't need to
which
know that.
which was a thing in the comics. She was a very sexual character. They never tried to hide that with her, which is something I'm surprised that they put in the MCU. But
That is weirdly, oddly, very modern.
it
Mhm.
also, but also they have her doing it while she's in her She-Hulk form. The
That's
body, the
not
animation on
sure
the
how that
body.
works.
So here's this. Here's my complaints with the animation. Well, it does, but here's my complaints with the animation. Her body moves just fine because like you can fake that and stuff. But then when it comes to the face, it's almost there. It's just
Wait, the faces of when she's like nutting or something? Like, what are you talking about?
her face in the trailer in general when she's She-Hulk.
Okay.
It's it's the uncanny valley problem. It's the she has very dead eyes. And there's a scene where a guy's
Would
like
you say that
flirting
the
with her.
Professor Hulk has that problem, or
No, it's a thing that I think they got away with Hulk because it's just like he has a very specific sort of face that you can just like kind of cheat it with. I
or
feel like
it's like his face looks fake enough where it doesn't fall in the uncanny valley. I think it leans more
right,
toward fake than not fake.
right, like his face is fake enough that it's okay. But then it's like with She-Hulk, they did just essentially take the actress and like make her the 9 feet tall version of herself, and it's like, and here's her exact face, and it's like, yeah, but like you could have not have done that. You could have like changed up the face a bit. That way, it's not the same thing. That way it'd be easier to make it look better. But it's like there's just shots where she's like, oh, like, oh, and it's
I
like
think it.
just looks
Yeah, I think
so
it might
fucking
be
weird.
something where it's like the face doesn't fit the body or something.
That really is it. Which was also my problem with
Because
Thanos is
I
that he had
know
a very tiny face compared to his head.
it works with Hulk because they give him like the monkey like face where like
But
they
they also
buff
they
out
make
his
his face
eyebrows and
bigger. They make it like
yeah,
kind of
they make
match. But
his
then
mouth like bigger and everything just
But
bigger.
then why couldn't they have done that with Thanos too? Why'd they make his fucking like face so small compared to his
I
head?
still think Thanos looks fine.
I fucking doesn't.
I
I
mean,
will stand by it till the end of days. I think I think there are parts of Thanos that look good. It's not his fucking head. I think that is my least favorite part about
James,
Thanos.
I don't think you should be making fun of Thanos balding. Like that's fucked up.
JD, I'm gonna fucking clown on his bold ass.
Like I don't know if I told
He
you this.
doesn't want the smoke I'll give him.
I don't know if I told you this, but you know me to be a person who like shaves
Oh
all
my
his hair
god,
off
JD, are
in the
you
summer, right?
balding?
No, I'm bald right now, and I can tell you that I think I'm balding.
Hmm.
Now, just like pointing at me.
I'm glad you appreciated it.
But you know me as someone who doesn't really care too much about like how his hair is, because when it gets hot in the summer, you know me as just buzz cut everything off, right?
Must be nice.
That's the current state that I'm in right now.
I can't grow my hair back fast enough to justify cutting too much off now.
Really?
Now
I
that I've
guess
grown
it's
it
just
this
because
far,
how I was raised, but I just don't care about the hair. I only care about
my
how comfortable I am in my hair.
how I was raised, I was never allowed to have it long. It was always males have it short, women have it long.
That too.
And it was like now that I've become an adult, like I'm allowed to make the choice not to get a haircut and stuff. So it's like I just grow it out long and let it get long, then I'll have it like trimmed so the ends are fine and stuff. But
Yeah, well,
now it's gotten
James, the
this
difference
long.
between you and me is that I'm not gay, so I chose to have it short.
JD, the difference between you
Yeah.
and me is, You get no bitches, zero hoes.
I'm doing that face
I'll do
right
it on your
now.
behalf. I'll do it on your behalf.
Thanks.
But yeah, it's very open about her being sexual. It's very weird because her face is so like bizarrely animated in it.
Who's her like boyfriend slash husband?
She doesn't have one. She's actively dating. She's on Tinder.
Oh,
There's a great shot where we're it's literally the POV shot. And it's like
if it's
POV
not a
your
POV
She-Hulk.
shot of like her scrolling through
It's
Tinder, it's just like neck beards every single like slide.
no, dude, every person she sees on Tinder is a hot buff guy, and it's like, well,
I
hold
don't know.
on.
If, I don't know
She
if
can get
that's
like a normal guy.
really true.
It's what she got though, and it's like, but also we get a POV shot from her phone as she's scrolling, and it's like POV, you're She-Hulk looking through Tinder, and it's her going, and it's like it's such a
So
weird face.
weird.
It's like, it's just because it's like she's not even looking at anything like dramatic. It's like, why are you making that face for? You're just looking at some guy's normal profile. It's like it's
I
just his
think we all
headshot.
know that. I guess she's just like really down bad.
I think they
That
do
might
actually
be
make that
that
joke
may
in
or
the
may
trailer.
not be
I think they make that joke in the trailer.
that may or may not be like her character arc.
I mean, in the comics, her and Tony Stark are like a big thing.
Yeah.
Like in
Well, that definitely can't happen now.
there's a comic universe where the Civil War events like didn't stop; they continued on, and like she ended up becoming his wife and stuff. And it's like he can't be that good. The amount of
I mean,
alcohol and
after
cocaine running
you,
through that man's system probably killed what's down there.
I've noticed after they got together that he's just not been the same guy as before. He's a broken man now.
He's whipped.
He used to get so many bitches, but now he doesn't.
I guess just one. Whipped. What a fucking term.
All right.
It
Well, I
makes.
have to go in 15 minutes, so
I'll finish this up. I'll
that'll
finish
be
this
when
up.
then. Sure.
My other problem is that they didn't make her muscular enough.
Really? She's not muscular?
Vaguely. Like
I thought she would be pretty toned. Not like
she
Hulk toned, but
no,
pretty
that I
toned.
wasn't I'm not expecting something like the what they did like recently with She-Hulk where they made her like the size of Hulk and stuff. I'm not expecting that.
Where
I'm just expecting
she's just a Hulk, pretty
yeah, where
much.
she's just a Hulk and stuff.
Not She
And it,
Hulk anymore. She's just a Hulk.
yeah, I mean like I'm pretty sure Hulk fucking
Didn't
died.
they do that to like desexualize her or something?
It probably
But then
fucking
like by desexualizing her, they just made her into another Hulk.
more
And
people
that's
wanted
how they
her.
do it.
It became a new fetish people wanted. But yeah, it, they, she just looks like she's this whole person with like kind of vague muscles. It doesn't like
And she's
there's
also
one
green.
shot. Yeah, it's like
Wait, she kind of looks like the Shrek movie of the girl from the Shrek movies, the love
people
interest, and when she
people
becomes an
have made
ogre.
that joke. Yeah,
Kind of just looks like that, but without the ears, the Shrek ears.
yeah, pretty much. Before, and I'm talking about this before she turns into Shrek. It's
Yeah.
what she looks like then, but like taller. Like that's the muscles that we got.
Oh.
It's like
Oh, and I'm also seeing the recent pictures of the newer designed She-Hulk,
oh, is there
where
a
she
newer
looks more
design?
like Hulk.
Oh, okay, you looked up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking through pictures
Yeah,
of She-Hulk.
it in the comics she's very like buff and stuff, and I'm just thinking she's not buff enough in the show. She just looks vaguely muscular. Like she looks like as muscular as the muscle suit they put on Natalie Portman for Thor, and it's like that's muscular, but it's not She-Hulk.
Yeah. Well, I
And
guess
people,
even the more slender She-Hulk is still like kind of defined. I
but
wouldn't say
it's
it's like
not She-Hulk. It's just like a normal person got taller. Like it looks like somebody who goes to CrossFit regularly got
there's a
taller.
picture of her like carrying this dude in like
Dude, so look at that picture. That guy's arm is bigger than her arms and her legs.
that guy's arm is bigger than her legs. I was about to say it's thicker
Yes.
than her thighs. I don't know if that's like true or accurate. Just really tall. Looks like a
But
freaking
yeah,
slender
they
man.
they have a weird flirt scene between that guy and her where they're at like dinner and stuff right before it cuts to that scene of them there, but it's like him going like, so should we split some fries, and she's like, oh, let's get those to go. But her eyes are just fucking laser pointed on like one object and never move, and her like whole the rest of her head looks like it's moving without them. It just something looks wrong. Like
My God.
they need to go back and look at what they did because something about it just isn't right.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, there's a scene later where she's like jumping like her body like she's kind of like halfway standing up, so she's like kind of flexing on accident, and it's like, yeah, I can kind of see muscle.
I
I
could
don't know.
kind of see it. Dude,
It's
this would
just
be one of those shows where I'd be pretty uncomfortable watching. I'll be like, I'll watch it for the action and be like, oh, action's pretty good. And then it'll just cut to the scene of her like smashing a dude. I'm like, this is pretty weird.
I mean, it's not going to be like a scene from The Boys where I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't
Um,
think they're gonna go that. I mean, it's still Disney, right? Isn't it a
I'm
Disney
pretty.
show?
Yeah, I'm not like expecting like somebody to die from being fucking like fucked to death.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened in one of the universes where She-Hulk was. Has she done that before? Accidentally killed a dude?
Possibly.
Hey man, I don't know. Some people are into that. Dying. Can you imagine at
I,
your funeral? It's just
there's a scene in The Boys season 1 where a superhero with like super strength is being eaten out by a guy and she's like on his head and everything. And it's even in the trailers, but she crushes his head by accident.
oh
But while that's happening, and a lot of people reposted that scene, and it's like, if only.
man, I wish that was me.
Yeah, a lot of people made that like retweet of that scene, and it's
Pretty
like,
funny.
it is a thing for people.
Man, that is pretty funny.
But yeah, it looks okay.
Now
I,
Marvel ruined She-Hulk, and it's a picture of Hulk. No, sorry, man, it's a picture of She-Hulk. It really is just. It looks just like a Hulk.
it's the MCU now. It's the MCU.
Well, I mean, I think they finally realized that women just look weak and frail, and they
Women get
decided to
it
just
done.
abandon the female look and go for the male look. And I think it's better that way. I know you
Now,
enjoy it since you love
now,
like
now we have a female Thor,
like.
a female
I know that you might not enjoy it,
Captain
audience,
America,
but this is the peak.
a female Black Panther.
This is the peak female physique.
What's next?
The peak female
Female
physique. It just smash cuts to Shield.
Female Spider-Man.
There is one. There's a female version of like everything.
Not in the MCU, because now it's the MCU. MC.
Yeah.
No women in my content. Only men. I'm not joking.
I mean, you
That's
like
like-
that, right, James?
Oh hell yeah. No, but genuinely, there's like the Ryan Kinnell guy, the guy who got mad about fucking Batman in his car and did a truck rant, which is one of my favorite things now.
Yeah.
Is discovering truck rants where it's just angry dudes in parking lots like women.
Among Us. Stop posting Among Us.
It's literally that, and it's like he posted another video, and I haven't watched it, but like the thumbnail is like the MCU now has replaced Hulk. Yuck. And it's like,
Red She-Hulk.
and it's just people being like, it'd be fine if she was her own original character, but they're just replacing Hulk. And it's like, this is her own original character. Dog, she's been here since the 70s. What you on about?
I think she looks different enough and acts different enough to Hulk to classify
I mean,
as that.
yeah, she talks like a normal person and is a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not
pretty
the-
damn different.
That's not the Hulk at all.
I don't know how to say that about the new She-Hulk, but I know the original one was a lot different. This new one kind of just looks like a Hulk, perhaps even just a better Hulk. Like what, a stronger Hulk or something? Did I get that right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it then. I don't actually have enough
Yeah,
time to.
the Halo finale was really good. I genuinely enjoyed
We
it.
can
It
talk
was
about
really
that next
great.
time, actually.
I'm not going to talk about it next time. I'm just going to bring it up real quick now.
Okay.
I hope you Halo fans are happy that you finally got your silent Master Chief who doesn't take off his helmet and just stares
Also,
off and says nothing. You fucking pussies.
I might have to change the title of the video because we talked about like Halo like
You keep that
for
title the
2
same.
minutes.
She-Hulk is stronger
Oh.
than Master Chief. There you go.
Change my mind.
Wait. Who fucks more, She-Hulk or Master Chief?
That's pretty good.
Neither.
Either get it off my screen.
If I had any say, it would be none.
Does She-Hulk get bitches? Comic theory.
Not theory, fact. Big brain.
Is Red She-Hulk gonna be like the main villain? You think that ever gonna happen?
Perfect choice. It does go against the whole like every MCU villain is just another version of the hero, but different.
I'm pretty sure
color.
that's like DC.
No, that's also Marvel as well. If you look at all of their movies, genuinely, almost every villain is just the superhero, but a different color.
Yeah, it's like super. It's
Red
like
Skull?
superhero except they're evil and different color.
Yeah, Red Skull, Captain America, but he has a red head. They
Well, I mean,
genuinely
I
have the
think- I
same. No,
think
they
the design
genuinely
looks
have
a
the
bit
same
different.
powers.
They do have the same powers, but I think the design is different enough.
No.
But I do think, what was it? The first Iron Man villain. It was just
Ironmonger,
Ironmonger.
Iron Man, but big.
That was a pretty.
Also shitty.
Yeah, Thor. Who's Thor's villain? Was it Loki in the first movie? I think it was Loki, right?
Yeah. Which
Sort
then
of.
I guess
I don't think
the
he
thing-
really had like a singular villain that he fought all the time.
It was the Frost Giants. It was Loki. It was
Yeah, I think
The-
I don't think they're
the
his villains are,
Devastator or whatever.
I think Thor's villains are a bit different.
Yeah, they're different enough.
Yeah.
I think he's like one of the few ones where it's like it is somebody different every movie. It's not somebody that's just him. It's somebody
Yeah.
except for the third one where he was just fighting his sister and his sister's just him because she could also hold the hammer.
Yeah,
and
but
has all the
she had
same
different
abilities.
powers and everything.
But
I mean,
she can
had
summon swords.
she had super strength, I guess, but she was like a necromancer. Plus, she threw out spikes or whatever. So
Swords.
yeah, and swords, I guess. Yeah.
Swords. I think no, because in Black Widow, it just turned out that Taskmaster is also just a Black Widow. So it's like,
Oh yeah, right.
awesome, dog. Thanks for the reveal.
Awesome, dog.
Damn, dog, you really
Cool
showed
stuff,
us.
dog.
Shang-Chi's villain was his dad.
That's that. You know, that is true.
And you know what? He got the rings at the end. So
That's
really,
fine.
he's just a ripoff of his dad.
Really, he's just his father.
It's just
Just the
your
new
daddy's
the
son.
new Khan, dude.
But yeah, I think a Red She-Hulk would be a great choice because it's Bruce Banner's old girlfriend is the person who becomes Red She-Hulk, which
Bruce
is very
Banner's
funny.
old girlfriend before Betty, or
No, Betty. That's what I mean.
oh, Betty.
Because in the MCU it was fucking Black Widow for some reason.
Right.
Characters who had a fucking like 30-year age gap or something between
Yeah, so
them.
I completely forgot about it because she died and I erased her from my memory. So
Blacked her out until the Black Widow movie came out. Then you're like, oh, and then you
oh
forgot
yeah,
again.
there was that character in the Avengers, and then I forgot again.
Hawkeye's villain was just a lot of normal dudes. So
I think Hulk's villain is about the most similar. I think Abomination.
the best choice for Hulk as a villain would have been MODOK, or I mean She-Hulk. Would have been
She-Hulk?
MODOK because it
Oh.
would have been able to introduce like a lot of new characters. The leader would have also been a good show. Oh, it could be leader.
Could be the leader. I mean, they
could
did
be-
set it. They did set
could
that
be
up in
getting
the 2000.
And they're
movie.
bringing Abomination back.
Right. So that mean Mr. Blue is still there, right?
Doo-doo-doo.
Leader. Yeah, but I don't think anything's as egregious as like Flash and then Reverse Flash or whatever Flash's villain was.
I mean, Iron Man to be the same is literally Iron Man, Ironmonger.
But I mean, at least Ironmonger's like bigger and like he's got a bigger suit. Didn't have the
Yeah,
ice
and
thing. But I mean, Flash and Reverse Flash. I mean, come on.
Flash wears yellow when he's
It's
faster.
literally it's. They look like the same person. They could have been like the same
but
person.
Here's where it's different. That's only if we're talking about Eobard.
He's even got the name in it, dude. Come on.
It's only if we're talking about Eobard's Thawne Reverse Flash. If we're talking about Hunter Zolomon or Professor Zoom, or he was also Reverse Flash, he doesn't have super speed. He slows everything down and can move through time, which gives the perspective of super speed the others.
So he doesn't time manipulator.
He doesn't have super speed.
Oh, okay. Now you're picking at straws here, James. If you enjoyed this episode, you should like and subscribe. And you can catch us every Sunday. That's when these episodes. Sorry.
I wonder what my dad thinks about me just yelling right there.
Why don't you go ask him?
Yeah, well.
I'll wait. Every Sunday, we do it. Bring us out, James.
So